Greetings, gamers and video gaming aficionados from around the world. I'm your MZ32-bit, and today we are continuing our adventure with the trustworthy detective in the Innsmouth case. So, in the last episode, we took a bus fare for the town. I'm sorry, it's not a city, and we reached the Innsmouth town limits. So, finally, Innsmouth. You examine your surroundings while you stretch your legs trying to unwind from the stressful journey. No artist could have adequately captured the serenity and beauty of the place. A clear blue sky lights up the town square, which is paved with bright limestone and surrounded by neo-colonial buildings, reminiscent of the 19th century in New England. A fresh sea breeze, crying seagulls, and local going about their business. In the center of the square, water trickles from a fountain. As you stretch your limbs and breathe in the clean air, you're suddenly startled by the water feature right in front of you. The fountain is an enormous fish-like brass creature, an open jaw lined with shark-like fangs, spouts brackish water down its massive, inhumanly contorted body. As if that wasn't enough, there appears to be human bodies squirming underneath its massive claws. Their faces are as contorted as yours right now. How long have you been standing there? Or here, I didn't read that correctly. Eyes wide open in shock, you feel utterly paralyzed. You start to scan the town square and notice more and more disturbing details. On every corner, you spot ornamental statues and reliefs of fish. But these are not your classic animal kind of fish. These are pagan symbols and grimaces of supernatural creatures from the darkest crevices of the deep sea. So it's like they're describing the real, the imaginary town of the real story of the Shadow of the Innsmouth. In surrounding houses, you can see faces pressed against the window. All the locals appears to be watching you. You suddenly start to think that the cries of the seagulls sound particularly human-like. They sound like human crying out in pain. What happens to the idyllic scene from a few moments ago? Wow, this is kind of creepy for real. Welcome to Innsmouth. Okay. Some sort of welcoming sign. You can ignore or turn around. Oh, hello, Grandma. Welcome to Innsmouth. How nice of you to visit. A small elderly woman waves at you from afar. She beams at you as you were her long-lost grandchild. She seems very different to the boars you've met so far on the bus into town. Her squealing shakes you out of your nightmarish panic. It's also strange to reading those description and then a cartoonish grandma appears. It's good to have you here. I've noticed were taken by our local fountain. It was built in the 1704 by Abdul Necrotis, favorite artist and friend of Charles Dexter Tillinghast, the founder of Innsmouth. The central figure was a present and it was supposed to commemorate the travels together to Cairo. You could really see the Egyptian influences in the Necrotis work, here and there. Okay, Abdul Necrotis is a reference surely to Abdul Always Read and his Pseudo-Biblion, the Necronomicon. And Charles Dexter Tillinghast is surely, if I remember correctly, the protagonist of the strange case of Charles Dexter's World. But it was not the protagonist, you get the picture, so to reference other than the Shadow of Innsmouth. And the Cairo one, I don't remember if it was from the one with Houdini, because it was a work dedicated to Houdini. But let's go on. I'm sorry if I get catched with these references. She points widely in every direction. And here, but I'm sure you already noticed this yourself, you look like some one who knows his way around the art. She says with a wide smile. You're still in shock. No, this is kind of rude. Of course, I'm an art historian. I'm an art historian, of course. Why we mixed and then... okay, well, I'm not asking a question anymore. Furthermore, she enthusiastically starts clapping and squealing. A small plump person in a garish costume finishes all of the sentence with a delighted chuckle. Oh, I noticed that at once. How rude of me. I haven't even introduced myself. Okay, my name is Muriel Pooping Place. Pooping. I'm sorry, ma'am, but you need to change your surname as soon as possible. You at least take away one O. So Popping Place. So appear, but this is kind of wrong. I'm the director of the Parks Commission, Chief Tourism Officer, and head of the Welcoming Committee. Ta-da! What kind of resume is that? Behind Muriel, there is a ramshackle wooden information stand lovingly decorated with balloons. Colorful painted design reads, Welcome to Innsmouth. Muriel tiptoes over an information stand and picks up the whole load of flyers and leaflets from their rickety display cases. She looks down at all the paper in her arms and briefly shrieks with laughter. My goodness, why don't you take this city map to begin with? Useful. You take a map and put it in your coat pocket. Would you find out more about our wonderful town, which has been awarded the East Coast Stunning Town Award for several years in a row? I think that is kind of made up, but I won't go furthermore. And would you? Okay, this one we gave away, or we just blow our cover with in the bus fare, so let's not do that anymore. Sure, why not? Muriel claps her hand excitedly and squeals. She begins unfolding one of her maps and points at 3 different locations in the town. Town center here should be the next stop on your trip. There's a lively up-and-coming shopping street in Innsmouth, and since May our local fountain has even had a real running water. Real running water? What was that before? Muriel starts waving her index finger at you. I know what you're thinking. This town has been too showy for its own good, but I can assure you, we all kept our feet on the ground, even after the whole thing with the East Coast Stunning Town Awards. Her finger now points to a different area on the map. The old town of Innsmouth is completely preserved. You think nothing was ever done to the facades of the old houses. Within 4 miles here, you won't find any new builds. Your face has immediately slipped into a expressionless mask due to the sheer of boredom. Come on, man. It's endure a little bit more. She's an old lady, and also the information are useful for our strategic how can I say, the gathering of information. And then Muriel points to the coastline of the map and the amazing beach promenade. The dreaming beach with a bar that serves all the drinks to your heart desires. I hope you brought enough stress with you, because at the beach, relaxation awaits you. Thank her. Why'd you just leave? Thank her. Thanks ever so much, ma'am. Muriel seemed to like. Nothing gives me more pleasure than serving visitors to have a great time in our pretty little town. You'll be staying for a few nights? I can only recommend staying as long as you can. There is just so much to see. Trust me, by the end of your stay, you won't want to leave. How long are you going to stay? A short trip, only overnight, 1 week. The short trip seemed like we are from only for a few hours, I think. Only overnight? I don't know. Let's say it's 1 week. Maybe we can also see. Okay, I remain here a few days more. Let's say 1 week. Oh, how wonderful! Here, take the coupon for the Gilman Hotel. Here you'll find luxurious 19th century flair and can expect sophisticated service. Among its guests, the hotel has counted heads of states from faraway countries, Hollywood celebrities, world-famous pop stars, as well as to former presidents. Just tell the reception that Muriel sends you. Muriel winks at you and hands you another colorful flyer. I really doubt that ever happened. Someone famous came to Innsmouth, but I won't investigate further. You had enough now. You pointed your wrist while backing away. There's so much to see, you know. Thanks again ever so much for everything. Muriel's eyes moves past you and settle on a tourist family right behind you. Seemingly at the flick of a switch, she's back with a gleeful demeanor, bouncing over the family and waving her brochure. You head further into town along the cobbled road, in the direction of the coast. Not long ago, the sun was bright in the sky, but already the first wafts of mist are creeping into the streets. The air feels thicker, and the sun can no longer penetrate the fog. Time to think about where you want to go. You slow down. You lean your briefcase against a wall and start pacing up and down the quiet alleyway. You got an important choice to make now. The city center is the north, even from afar. You can see the outlines of the old and ornately decorated buildings in the main town square. Here you should find the police station, the main shopping street, and of course the town hall. As a coast of town, Innsmouth is also has a harbor. From your research, you found out that this is a bustling city area with a dreaming beach. You expect there to be mostly tourists. According to your research, the only hotel in the town, the Gilman Hotel, is located in the old town. You think about checking in. You could do a freshening up and getting rid of that smell that is still clinging to your clothes. Just as you're about to set off, your heart leaps into your throat. You've forgotten your briefcase. This has never happened to you. Usually take a good care of the little you possess. There is nothing good you can do about this now. You have to wait until your return journey to find out whether someone has handed in it at the lost and found. Still, you could swear that the briefcase was already gone when you got off the bus. So I think because I think by the picture here, not the statue, but I'm pointing at the sky, that there is still some hours of light, so we can do some more research. So the city center. Okay, so this is another chapter, the town square. So thank you all for joining me with this adventure. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. And I'll see you on another chapter of I was saying the Shadow of the Innsmouth, but this is the Innsmouth case, I'm sorry. Or another adventure. This was MZ32-bit, and I thank you all again.